Modern agriculture relies not only on experience and hard work, but also on innovative tools and powerful machines. In this video, you'll see remarkable agricultural machines, ingenious tools, and practical solutions that help farmers tackle demanding tasks with speed and precision. The farmer distributes the sheep into different pens simply by opening or closing the doors. An automated sheep shearing system uses a booth where wool is removed and collected as the sheep passes through. By attaching a drill attachment to a lawnmower, a man can quickly make even and deep planting holes. Walking on a slope, a man manually sprays pesticides from a bag onto the planted plants. Placing the sticks in a special holder, the man quickly saws them into short pieces. Using a long pole, the person efficiently removed duckweed from the pond. A tank of water and a watering can are attached to the tractor, so now it drives and waters the plants. Driving across the field, the tractor easily removes the watermelon leaves with a special attachment, twisting them and leaving the watermelons themselves. Men stack watermelons in the warehouse, forming whole pyramids, passing them between themselves from the entrance to the pyramid. Watermelons are easily transported from one place to another downstream using the river. These special combs allow farmers to quickly and evenly make holes for planting crops and then easily cover them with soil afterward. Using a combine harvester with many attachments with gear-like blades, peanuts are dug up and stacked in rows. The men use pitchforks to break off the soil from the edges to widen the channel. A special tool with a spiral tip is screwed into the ground around a dandelion, allowing it to be easily pulled out along with the root. A farmer uses a hand comb to quickly remove gooseberries from branches. While driving across the field, there is an attachment on the side that mows the wheat and throws it behind. A large drum with a mesh spins and separates clods of earth and earthworms. Attaching a metal box without one wall to his vehicle, the man drives around the site and collects all the dirt in the box. In the video, the device covers the ground above the grass with a black material as it moves over the surface. This material is likely peat or mulch. The man peels the cucumber with his teeth quickly, neatly, and in a thin layer. With a hose and a net, you can quickly spray bunches of grapes a mechanism consisting of 2 brooms that rotate during movement, and a box with a wall is attached to the front of the bicycle. When the man walks along the rows of potatoes, the brooms rotate and knock the Colorado beetles into the box. With the help of a device with a rotating roller to which a pitchfork is attached, you can easily dig up the ground. A specialized tractor cuts and harvests sugarcane in the field. A woman pulls a metal structure covered with plastic film along a garden bed so that only the plants inside it are sprayed. By attaching a tire with a hole to the machine, people feed the cows as they drive by because feed spills out of the hole. The video shows a good way to graze cattle at night simply by attaching a flashlight to their heads. Men control and direct a special device that pulls corn cobs from the net. An additional wheel was added to the front of the tractor, allowing it to turn and rotate without moving from its place. Using a special sickle directed sideways, the person cuts the grass evenly at the edge of the lawn. Using a small, close plastic bucket with holes attached to a handle, you can quickly plant rows of plants in your garden. This attachment allows for the automatic lifting of potatoes from a crate and their arrangement into rows as the tractor moves, enabling farmers to plant potatoes with minimal effort. This invention allows water to better moisten and soak the garden bed. The process of the corn stick extruder, which transforms corn and mung beans into finished sticks. Pulling on a rope with a bottom in a pipe, many eels fall into the bowl, which the woman lured using bait. In order not to turn the meat grinder manually, a man rigged up a power screwdriver to it so that he only had to press the button. The video shows a rotating system that controls a knife and cuts whatever is placed under it. The video shows a mango with a lock that can be opened to quickly and easily access the fruit inside. Here are square-shaped watermelons. People pack them in transparent plastic boxes, and then all that remains is to unbuild and remove them to obtain a square-shaped fruit. A combined shovel hoe loosens and moves soil at once. With the help of rolling rollers, between which a canvas is stretched, when the roller turns, the canvas rakes all the waste from the chickens out of the cages. To drive moles from his property, the man attached a pipe to a motorcycle muffler and inserted the other end into a mole burrow. Smoke spread through all their underground tunnels in the area. A woman puts a cut-off bag over her shoulder and places a bucket at the bottom of the bag. Now she can easily scatter the seeds around. A new piece of dirt breaks off when it gets caught on the tractor wheel. After cleaning, the wheel looks clean. By attaching an attachment with several plows to a motorcycle and placing a heavy stone on top, the motorcycle now makes several furrows in the ground as it drives. Using a brush powered by a gasoline engine, the worker washes and stirs the vegetables in a bowl. Fertilizer is discharged through designated openings in the truck body into a cart, enabling subsequent application to the plants. The man strikes a water-filled hose with a stick, making holes that let water flow into the furrows. A girl digs up a cactus with a shovel and picks it up with the help of foam. A tractor with a water tank on a trailer irrigated plants through a pipe. Using a claw grabber, a bull tied with ropes is pulled out of the trench and placed on a flat surface. A man digs something out of the ground with his hands. It turns out to be a large mushroom. Using a rotating reel, the tractor quickly and efficiently removes the agro fabric from the onions. A mini excavator with a grapple first presses the thuja into the bucket, then fixes it with the grapple and pulls out the tree with its roots. A tractor with a special semicircular attachment drives up to the convex ground and levels it with the attachment, making furrows along the entire field. A woman has made a device with many bottles attached to a metal stick, and when she shakes them, seeds spill out of each one, sowing the ground. Tomatoes are delivered across the field from the collection point to the boxes on a film that is wound with a roller. A special roller with rows of teeth securely holds the potatoes, quickly collecting them into a basket as the device passes over the ground. The woman stacks the boxes with seedlings as tightly as possible. The plants are also loaded into the car, rolled up into a roll. Using a special tool with a ring at the end, a worker removes the leaves from the plant with one move, leaving only the stem. A reel with a net rotates around the place where the hay is fed, and it is immediately woven into a net. A device that can separate and sift the skin of chestnuts from their fruits, which are collected in a bowl. With the help of a special clamp, the tree is pulled out directly from the ground and transported wrapped in fabric and mesh. The man attached a plow to a bicycle frame, which helps him make furrows. A tractor with a rake attachment drives across the field and collects all the branches and other debris. A man has made a mechanism out of wooden handles connected by sharpened metal and uses it to cut dry reeds from river ice. A mechanism with a roller with many ropes protruding from it is moved along the row of lettuce, and it collects arugula, after which it is poured into a container. The machine moves across the field, applying liquid manure to the top layer of soil. Agrotextile is laid and pegged around a tree. After some time, it's removed and all the grass around the tree has dried out. A large ball of clay is unloaded from a huge truck directly onto the ground. Men with wheelbarrows follow behind the tractor, protecting the plants from herbicides. Using a shovel, the farmer makes a cross-shaped cut in the soil and inserts a tree sapling into the soil. Moving a protection along the row, farmers spray the ground with a sprayer without touching the plants. A man made a device that makes a hole in the soil with one press and plants with the next. By attaching a bottleneck to the bottom corner of a bag, you can easily pour rice into a bowl by simply unscrewing the cap. Round fruits are quickly sorted by size using two long tubes. By cutting holes in plastic canisters, the man made protection for his legs against moisture and wood chips flying while mowing. A man opens a discharge gate on a large storage tank to pour grain into a bucket. A person in a stable uses a special net bag to gather hay scattered on the floor, allowing them to save it and conveniently feed a horse. A tractor, using special attachments, removes the top layer of soil along with grass from the earth. A powerful bulldozer moves across a field, using its blade to strip the topsoil along with the grass. Using a pressure washer, a person easily peels walnuts. An excavator, equipped with a grapple, removes algae from the surface of a small pond. A worker uses a manual hydraulic pallet jack to move heavy bags into a truck. A worker in a field quickly cuts watermelons in half with a machete and lines them up for quality inspection. A person uses an electric shredder to turn greens and vegetables into a uniform feed mixture, which is then fed to chickens. A worker uses a large knife to carefully harvest bunches of leeks in a field, bundling them for transport. The person in the video operates a tracked excavator with an attachment that carefully pulls the tree out of the ground along with its roots and soil without damaging the trunk and lifts it upward. A guy is sailing down the river in a boat, and behind the boat there are tubes that spray liquid on all the trees growing nearby. a special dispenser that is activated when pressed against the ground. A man leaves fertilizer on the ground. A special plow on the tractor removes excess soil from the rows, leaving neat and clean rows. Women load reeds into the device, and the machine weaves them together into a decorative element. The tractor, using special mounted equipment, creates a protective barrier in the field to prevent the spread of fire. The pumpkin was placed in a mold, and when the vegetable grew, it took on the shape of Chucky's face on both sides of the vegetable. Using a welded metal tool, the man quickly makes planting holes in the ground. By inserting a metal cone that opens in the middle into the ground and throwing plants into it, two men quickly plant them in the ground. A man grabs onto a drone with his hands, and it flies with him for a certain amount of time until the man decides to jump off. Using a hose with water, they easily wash the dirt off the pigs from head to tail. Potatoes are washed in water in a concrete mixer and then poured into plastic boxes. This allows people to quickly pack the washed potatoes into boxes. The transport shutter rose, and all the fertilizer began to fall onto the circular discs, which spun and scattered it around. The man placed a tube without a bottom in a puddle and used a vacuum cleaner to collect all the water from the puddle, creating a vacuum in the tube. Masonry sand is a fine-grained, pure type of sand utilized in the creation of concrete or mortar. A powerful electric drill with a spade attachment efficiently breaks up dense soil layers. The spade tip is optimized for earthworks, reducing manual effort to a minimum. By attaching a shovel to the body of the string trimmer, the man easily digs through the ground. The machine is shown lifting grain from the ground and pouring it into a wheelbarrow. A flower-shaped rotating sprinkler evenly waters dense areas of the garden. A homemade device floats on the water, spraying water sideways and backwards, moving forward and watering the plants around it at the same time. It shows how the device loosens the soil by blowing air underground. The tractor drives, clamping the tree stumps with a nozzle and pulling them out of the ground one by one. Attaching a fast rotating metal structure to the back of a tractor is a good way to level the ground. Using a conveyor belt, people collect green duckweed from the river, making the water cleaner. To catch an animal in a grazing field and transport it elsewhere, a special cage mounted on the loader's hydraulic system is used. A rope is stretched between two tractors, and as they move, the rope pulls out all the trees that stand in its way. To water the plants, a glove is attached to the watering can so that the water flows clearly and does not splash. The wooden structure pulls a layer of soil with it as it passes over the trench and fills it in. Garden tool that's inserted into the ground at the edges of the garden and protects plants from damage when pulling a watering hose. After making holes in the board, the man uses a blowtorch to make holes in the agro-textile for planting. A conveyor belt with lathes at the end quickly chops the greens placed on it into small pieces. The greens are quickly and efficiently cut into small pieces using a grater. Cows pass through an archway where water splashes from all sides like in a car wash, and the animals come out clean. After lighting a fire inside the greenhouse, the snow is easily removed from both sides of the roof. Unraveling clusters of green bananas, the man easily removes them in whole bunches from the stem and throws them into a container. They spray a duck with a hose, and she enjoys being under the stream of water. A metal semicircle on the tractor bucket rakes soil from the canal into a trailer. A tractor attachment consisting of several curved shovels allows you to loosen the ground as you drive over it. With a powerful ride-on lawnmower, the man mows not only grass but also bushes. The video shows a special trailer that drives and breaks up the ground, bringing all the potatoes to the surface. Using a paint sprayer, the man paints dried up trees to make them look green and fresh. It's a modified trimmer with handles that cuts tall grass as it moves along the ground. In the video, a bucket with a tree is fixed and spun while a rotating knife trims the leaves evenly. The trimmed trees are then placed on a pallet. The men built a device that forms soil cylinders for seedlings and then place them next to each other. They put leeks in a dug furrow and bury them with a vertical hoe, running it along the edge of the furrow. Using a rope, the man pulls behind him the agro fabric that covered the planted soil in the greenhouse. A metal scratcher on a long handle is used to rake weeds and moss from the joints of the curb. A man is using a hoe to roll a pile of grass across the canal, clearing it. With the help of a mini truck and a wheeled cage, they move livestock from one place to another without the risk of them escaping. Using a wire attached to the shovel, the man measures where to dig the next hole.